Alrighty, we're going into my boy 604. Alright, I just dropped a banger rec review. Alright, and we're hopping into another one here. Welcome to everyone watching on YouTube as well. Oh, what was that? Did anyone notice what just happened? This is a high level play. Let's watch that again. Oh, the Villas have to walk so far away to get to the town center. No way 604 knows the really high level play that nobody does except the very top pro players, and he garrisons his Villas and puts them on the other side. That's insane. To be doing this at 1350 is insane. So really well played. That made my day. I tell people about that on my stream, but I didn't think anyone was actually doing it, you know? I never see that. Even pro players. Like, I see Doubt walking across the freaking TC like he's slaving away across the deserts of Arabia, bro. That guy been walking all his life. He never does that, you know, just for an example. Any jab at Doubt we take. Spicy start to this rec review. Welcome in, everyone. We have 604 here, 1350. Playing the Vietnamese up against the Britons from Tomacho. All right, it's going to be a fun one. I'm full of energy today, feeling good, and feeling excited to review some recs. So, you know me. I give it straight, no BS, no sugarcoat. You know, we're doing it 100% raw, but I do point out the good stuff as well. I'm not an asshole, at least I don't think so. Maybe I can come across like that sometimes. Every now and then I get the comment on YouTube, I hate Hera, I can't stand him. I don't know how people are watching his videos. I'm like, this guy's watching as well, so you know, go ahead, man. Ad revenue's flowing in. But, you know, I don't want to come off as an asshole for these rec reviews. I do want to be constructive, but it's really important that I tell it to people straight so they can actually improve. Because what I want, these are my Patreons, I really want them to improve. I don't want to just be cashing checks month after month and their heart's like 1350 and I'm selling snake oil. I really want them to improve. So that's the kind of mentality we're rocking with these rec reviews, all right? So starting off, this is nice. This house is actually interesting because it could bridge a gap straight here for the berries. So I like this. A good setup. We're looking at like no idle TC pretty much. Luring in some deer. I like it. So far, super clean. 3 on wood, so maybe we're doing some drush or some men-at-arms. If not, it's completely fine to fast feudal with 3. My recommendation is 2 for the fast feudal builds, but again, we're splitting hairs. It's not a big deal. The rule with my build orders is that if you're ever 1 vil off on anything, it's not a big deal. It shouldn't matter. All right, 19 pop. Yeah, 19 pop with Loom. Opponent a little faster. He went 18 with Loom. So he's going to be 1 pop more, sorry, 1 pop less, but a bit faster. Completely fine. It's about identical, and we're going to continue learning gear. So, love the start. Scouting is also looking real clean. So this is really good. I tell my patrons always, you have to have a perfect Dark Age. And the reason is, I hate watching a rec review where I'm just down 200 resources in Feudal Age because the guy I'm watching just doesn't know how to do a Dark Age. When I see that, I'm just like, brother, like you should have 2 more scouts, but you don't because you don't have the money. It's hard to, like, you know, give the feedback, you know. But here we go, a little late with the barracks, but still not bad. I love the positioning. So what I'm seeing from 604 here is that he's planning out his base. Look at the idea he's bringing to the table here. So he wants to go wall here, wall there, and if he does the wall like this around, that's perfect. I don't want to see anything more. I don't want to see anything less. This is perfect, all right? A lot of people have this idea that they want to do some massive walls, but in my opinion, it's not the way. Go for as little walls as possible that fully closes your base and that gives you a little bit of, you know, breathing room around your resources. So you don't want a wall like this, like straight here to the gold, because then archers can rage the gold, and that's a bit, you know, a bit annoying. But okay, we're rocking the Vietnamese. We're going to pick up those cheap and quick eco-techs. We're going to get 1 spear. Again, I always recommend the 1 spear. Very good. I'm so impressed by this. Why the 1 spear? Always trades against the 1 scout. So minimum it gets is a good value against their initial scout. And in the case that your opponent is going for the scouts, you get extra value from that spear. Helps you defend against their scout rush. So really good. In this case, your opponent is going for a scout rush. Your scout is stable. And you go back right away. I don't mind you going back right away because I know you want to defend against the scout rush. But really what you need to do here is do a loop around your opponent's base. You need to know how his map is looking like. Because what ends up happening is if you don't do that, you don't know where to go with your own army. And you end up getting into the game where you're just always defending because you're not really even sure where to counterattack. And when you do counterattack, you run into walls or you run to the wrong spot and it falls flat. So you should loop around your scouts. Loop 1 loop around your opponent's entire base. Do it quick, see where everything is, and you would have spotted this range, you would have spotted the gold, you would spot the wood, you would spot everything, alright? And your opponent is completely trolling, in my opinion, with this build. A lot of people ask me about this scouts into archers build where you make the range right away. I think this is horrible. We're going to see a crazy collapse of his economy where he can't make more scouts, he's not going to have horse collar, and he's going to be like making 1-2 archers, sends everything to gold, and be very late to castle age. If you want to play scouts into archers, I have a 45-minute guide on Patreon, Mr. Tomacho and anyone watching. I go over the 3 best variations for scouts into archers. And this one ain't one of them. You gotta do it a little later. But anyway, I won't spoil the video. You guys can check that out if you're interested. For the time being, though, Tamacho's going to be rushing us with scouts. I hope you do go back for that loop, but in the meantime, let's just see how you defend. 2 spears at home is fantastic. You had a 3rd, you also had a 4th. Now, listen, my advice, as little spears as necessary. So you already have the right walls idea in mind. So 1 spear here and 1 spear here. I think you can get by with 2 only. Especially in this case, because you're up against the Britons, where like the Britons are not really a scout civ. So in this case, 4 is way too much. Like 2 is enough. Maximum 3 is my opinion on how you can defend this wall. And the reason why it sucks to make like more spears is number 1, it slows you down to Castle Age, and number 2, they're useless for anything that's not a scout. So you don't really get good value from them. And actually, we made 4 spears and we're still losing some vills. That's horrible. That's really bad, actually. It happens, but you know, I mean, take a look at the spear positioning. Maybe we could have done a bit better there. All right, we're massing some skirms early. Yeah, going with the blind skirms. Interesting. Okay, we're making some spears, but here's the thing. If you're going to go for a spear skirm rush, like you're going to be on like 6 spearmen, you have to attack your opponent. So I'm getting a mixed signals from you. So you're making a bunch of spears, but you're not really using them. Yeah, so I think you have the wrong idea there. I don't mind the 1-range skirms, but I think just 2-3 spears and focus on those full walls. Like 2 vills, eh? 1 vill here, 1 vill here, and then that other vill comes here. And you'll be walled in no time, and then you can just focus on moving up. Keeping yourself open for so long just invites... it just invites danger, basically. You don't want to do that. Alright, your opponent now has the 2-range archer transition. I didn't check the disaster that happened, but he has 30 seconds out of TC time. I know there was a disaster, my friend. I tried that build too many times. It's not very good. Oh, gold mining. My goodness, this guy's going to be Castle Age next year. This guy's stuck in Feudal Age forever. Leave that guy be. Yeah, can we just wall and get up the Castle Age faster? It would be amazing. Like, that's just such a good like game plan to have, basically. Wheelbarrow with Vietnamese comes in faster. It's really good. Now we're going to finally fully wall. A bit late on the full walls. I'd like to see a little bit faster just to limit the amount of damage that we could take. This is too much even. Just walling down here is way better, but it's fair enough. Just have to finish that off. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, so just happy to see us fully walled. Fast forwarding a little bit, because we're going to just transition now to the next age. And we have a faster castle opponent. It's nowhere near, so this is fantastic for us. Fully walled. What's the win con here? Well, we don't know we're going to be faster to castle, but when we do realize it, the win con is very easy. Get Elite Skirm, get on the map, and add a town center at least at home. Just 1 TC. Get ahead in vills, and play the game from there. In my opinion, this game's already over. We should win 100% because your opponent is, in my opinion, trolling by staying so long in Feudal Age. So he's not really playing 100% correctly. It's insane to see this kind of gameplay at 1300. Not because it's bad, but just because it's very weird. Like, you're not used to seeing, like who taught this guy this? He came up with it himself, you know what I mean? Which is fair. You know, people like to play their own style. He's kind of freestyling a little bit. The problem with playing like this, though, is that I'm pretty sure this guy's hard stuck 1300. Because when you do so many weird things like that, normally that tells me he's doing something different every game. And that tells me he's going to be hard stuck. Because when you do something different every game, you're essentially a new player every game. Or in a way, you don't have that consistency that you get better at that thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just waffling a little bit, but let's see. Elite Skirm Bodkin, beautiful. We don't know he's on the ranges, by the way, so we're kind of going blind Elite Skirm, but I don't hate it because we're up against Britons, and Elite Skirm versus Britons is like just so good. So yeah, we're kind of lucky though that he is going archers, so we get value from the Elite Skirm. I wouldn't TC the main gold. It's not a mistake, but I wouldn't do it. I would have deleted the lumber camp and made a TC here. Better value in my opinion. +2 armor. Okay, I mean, your opponent's in Feudal Age, so you going 3 TC makes the most sense here. What you should be thinking right now is, listen, I just want to get maximum value from being up faster by getting extra town centers up. Ooh, you gave yourself away. Did we run home in time? 1 for 1 is actually not even bad. I mean, it's still bad, but it's fine. It's playable. Farming back here, which is good. I like it. Yeah, overall, I really like your setup. I think it's good. I think it's solid. Alright. Good counterattack. We actually killed that without ballistics, which is really, really impressive. But just fast forward a little bit. I think you're doing the exact right choice. We got infantry armor. I'm not even sure why. Oh, for your spearmen. Okay, this is actually a decent use of your spear. It's going to prevent your opponent from getting up to like any kind of knight aggression and whatnot. Opponent is now massing a lot of archers. He's got a lot of score, but that's kind of fake at the moment. It's mostly just because he's got a lot of military on the field. You're way stronger right now with the 3TC setup. And you have the counter unit, so you're winning in a lot of cases here. University on the side. I like the outposts. I actually like this a lot. Town Watch is going to help so much as well. I guess you're kind of just confused as to what your opponent's doing. Alright, continuing some villas. Now market out here. Very interesting placements on the buildings. I would never make my market that far out. But fair enough. Again, not a mistake, so it's whatever. Okay, so we're just going to be up to Imp. Yeah, beautiful. We missed bow saws, so just be careful. You want to pick that up. I think you know to pick that up, though, so I didn't mention it. Now your opponent's coming down the center with a huge push. This is absolutely hilarious because, you know, this could actually work. Because number one, that army's scary. Number two, it's all coming one shot, so you might not be prepared for it. It looks like you're going to go for Fire Lancers, yeah. Okay, so you want to go Skirm Fire Lancer. Good. Remember, though, it's start with your main unit first, fully upgrade. So what I want to see is I want to see Bracer, Chemistry, Imp Skirm first. All right? I just want to see you start with fully upgraded Imp Skirm. That's your main unit right now because your opponent's on Mass Archers. Then Fire Lancer. I don't mind you preparing some upgrades on the Fire Lancer, like now that you're just waiting for Imp. But I want to see you get full upgrades on Elite Skirm first. Oh yeah, by the way, we're up to Imp, so send all your army in and waste it. No, I'm kidding. It happens, though. No problem. I mean, we took some small losses, but again, we should be fine. All we have to do is not get snowballed. Imp is coming in, so just be careful. I was being sarcastic earlier, but I do want you to be careful. Stables, what is this? What is this? The 7-Eleven? This is the convenience store? He sells everything. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we got light calf. Oh yeah, we got light. Oh, Fire Lancer. Oh yeah, we got Fire Lancer. Oh, you want Spearmen? Yeah, we have Spearmen. Yeah, we have Skirms. Oh, I might even make some elephants soon if you want to. We have everything you need. What is? You're not selling a service that provides everything. All right. I don't want a jack of all trades. I don't want a circus clown that can juggle 6 balls. I want one that can perfect the juggle of 3 balls. All right. I want to see Imp Skirm fully upgraded and then Fire Lancer. Let's just stop there. What's the point of also adding in Cav? Now we're just doing 3 different things. All right. Castle back here. Not horrible. It's a good idea to defend the side, but also castle. We're gonna get snowballed, are we not? Bro, this is unlosable. We're up 30 villas faster, Imp. Let's not lose here. I don't like when we lose to like what I consider to be incorrect play, you know. So yeah, this is kind of what I feared would happen. Also, this lumber camp is rough. Gotta make a new one. I feared this would happen. You see how he abandons the skirms? He doesn't fully upgrade. This happens so many times, guys. I see this all the time, and I was scared this would happen right now. All we need to do is Bracer, Chemistry, Imp Skirm. Sell all the food. Don't get the stables. Start with Imp Skirm. Imp Skirm's all we need right now. It pushes back the mangonels as well. And if you want something for the mangonels, you just get some bombard cannons out. You see how we're just dying to like little things like this? But with Bracer, you can kill the mangonels easy. Very easy. So all we need to do is get Bracer, Chemistry, and Imp Skirm. And also in the micro, you gotta watch your units a bit more as well. We lost too many fights just losing losing our skirms to mangonels, you know? Yeah, so we got snowballed in the end. Wow, what a shame. What a shame. Now your opponent's imps got extra range on those crossbows. Now it's actually really deadly. Still don't have fully upgraded skirms. We have these scouts. Look, this is more useless than my college degree. It did nothing. I became a streamer anyway. It did nothing. You didn't even snipe a mangonel. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Okay, we managed that time. It's crazy. We're making feudal scout cavalry. Am I the only one watching this that thinks it's crazy? Dixophone, really, I don't want to be too harsh, but I hope you're watching this thinking like, oh yeah, what the hell was I doing? You know, like it can happen to everyone. And here's the thing: if you wanted to go light cav, then then don't go fire lancer. Like, give me back the money I spent on the armor. You know what I mean? Give that back to me. Get the light cav upgrade. And get the last armor upgrade on the cav. You understand what I'm saying? Simplify your life. Do 1 or 2 things and just do them fully upgraded. All right, and it'd be much better. Look, the scouts just keep running into die. Yeah, we got to work on how we take fights as well. I think your early game was much better than your fight taking, or like your economy development was much better than your fight taking. We actually ended up losing the game at 42 minutes. So yeah, again, crazy game. Like, look at what happened here. Like, if you show me this freeze frame right here where we have imp, hold on, let me just skip to imp. If you just show me this freeze frame up top and I see one guy's imp and one guy isn't, I'd be like, oh yeah, this game is completely cooked. The guy who's imp should easily win because you have more pop, 30 extra vills, you're making the counter units. And I know it looks scary, but really all you have to do here, I would even argue that this counter castle is wrong. You're imp, you have trebs, your opponent doesn't. Granted, you don't know your opponent's not imp, but even still, you know you're imp. So you don't want to castle here. You want to give up some ground, castle here, for example, retreat back here, and just treb his castle from the hill. And again, the biggest thing is how you started mixing all kinds of units and how you continue to take bad fights into the Mangonel. It's like the 2 things that really went wrong. But I insist, if you just got all the Imp Skirm upgrades, you would do 2 damage versus the Mangonels, and you would kill them very easily. You also have an extra range. They're not scary. Like, you should not be losing Imp Skirms to Mangonels. But because you lacked a lot of upgrades, and, you know, you just didn't have enough of them, look at the scouts again. You ended up just taking really bad fights. So the conclusion really is keep doing what you're doing for the early game. Plus, you know, adapt a few. I give a few pointers and whatnot. Just keep it up. Your early game is actually really good. Your Dark Age is fantastic. Feudal Age not so bad, pretty solid. Castle Age economy management and decision making was also pretty good. Where it fell apart is your micro is a little weak. You got to work on the micro. Try to micro more. Like, when you're taking a fight, watch your units. Just try to micro a little bit more. And then the last thing as well is like you want to really focus on 1 or 2 units, fully upgrade those. Don't mix a whole bunch of different units. Remember, you're not a convenience store. Nobody expects you to have everything that the Vietnamese can offer. You want to specialize in 1 or 2 things, create a nice composition, and just fully upgrade it. And then try your best. And if it fails, hey, make another composition next time. But don't get into the situation where you're just making a bunch of different units. None of them are fully upgraded. Scouts are running in like their mothers never loved them. Like, no one wants to see that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was informative, potentially entertaining as well. Thank you so much for sending the Sin6phone. I insist, really love the Dark Age, and I really love how you set up your base. You had a lot of good qualities, but it just it really fell apart to that pressure. But in my opinion, you have a much better chance to climb from 1300 by playing this style and just keep improving at it than by doing what Red's doing and just taking like a lot of risks and playing weird. Like, what was his castle time even? Do we even know? Let me see his castle time. My goodness, he's gonna hit a 2550. Sorry, 2530 castle time. Yeah, that's extremely late. Your 3 TC your opponent just clicked. So again, you're doing the right things in the early game. You'll climb out of this elo. You just have to keep at it and fix your flaws. Thanks for watching on YouTube, guys. I hope this was also informative and interesting to you guys watching on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see more of these record reviews. I review them through Patreon, so if you want to get in on the action, check out the Patreon and potentially sign up if you guys want. Or you can check out some of the lower tiers on Patreon if the rec review tier is too expensive. I have tiers ranging from $5 to $10 to $25, so you can just pick the one that suits you best. And it's all things improvement with Age of Empires, and I put a lot of effort into them, so they're top tier. A lot of exclusive videos to help you guys out, and it's a good way to support me. So if you guys are interested, link below in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Peace out, guys. Alright, so this is Hera after the fact. I ended the recording, but I thought of something else, and I wanted to add it here, because I really want you to understand this as well. I was watching back the clip, or the video, because I wanted to think of a title, and I realized that one thing I didn't tell you is that you were camping your entire game. But one thing I want to show you is that what you could do here to not get surprised by your opponent just massing a bunch of army and coming one shot is you can just attack your opponent. Like, look, there's so many moments in the game where you can just move out with your skirms, come sit behind his woodlands, come pressure him, and then he shows you. He's forced to show you what he has, and then in best case you trade, you take good fights against the archers that you're countering, and then in the worst case scenario you at least see what he's doing so you don't get surprised when he comes across the map. All right, and then the last thing is maybe just an outpost in the front, because the middle area straight down the center is the more threatening position in the early game, not the sides. Right, outposts on the sides in late game and early game is the middle that you have to focus on because that's where most players come down. So this is just a nice cherry on top.